are moving on to our last unit of the year, which is KC7, which is going to be talking about exponents. All right, so we're going to be talking about the graphs of exponents and how to solve for exponents. Okay, so there's some few things that you should know about exponents that we're going to go ahead and practice today, but we're going to go ahead and practice more in the next 3 weeks. All right, so something about exponents is that exponents they have a base and then they have the exponent. And the reason why I put it in the little corner on top is because the exponents are going to be in the right hand corner of that number. So for example, if I had 2 to the exponent of 3, 2 is the base, 3 is the exponent. Okay, the exponent is telling you how many times you're going to multiply the base, okay, by itself. You're not going to multiply 2 times 3. That's not what's happening here. What you're going to do is multiply the base, which in this case is 2, 3 times. So you're multiplying the base depending on how many, on the number of your exponent. So this will mean it's 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, another example, for example, 5 to the power or exponent of, let's say, 5. Now let's switch it. 2, 3. This will be 5 times 5 times 5. You're multiplying the base 3 times. Another example is, for example, 2 to the 6th power. You're going to do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 6 times. You're multiplying the base of 2 6 times. So that's what exponents mean. And again, you should be using your calculators for this. A lot of people struggle with this. Okay, just keep in mind that when you do 2 times 3, okay, 2 times 3 is going to give you 6. Okay, so I'm going to show you that 2 times 3 is 6. But 2 times 2 times 2 is not going to be 6. It's going to be 8. Okay, so that's the difference. You will get different numbers if you don't follow this rule. Okay, please make sure that you're not multiplying those numbers together. A lot of people are going to do 2 times 3 or 5 times 3 or 2 times 6. That's not what we're doing. Please be careful that, and make sure that you understand that you're multiplying the base 3 times because of the exponent of 3. The base of 5, 3 times because of the exponent of 3. The base of 2, 6 times because of the exponent of 6. So please be careful, okay? That's exponents. All right. And on the graphs of exponents, we are always going to be looking at graphs that form kind of a curved line. They're not going to be straight lines anymore. We're no longer talking about linear graphs. We're talking about exponential. Exponential graphs will always be really close. So for example, if I have my graph here, right, this is my x and this is my y, my graphs will always be really, really close to the x-axis, but will never touch it. They can keep going like this, and it could be really close to x, but will never cross through x. So they will always be curved like this, either going up or going down. Okay, don't forget that we always read the graph from left to right. All right, so that's something to keep in mind for exponents. Okay, so that's what we're going to learn today, with the basics of how to find the answer of a graph, of the function given the graph or the coordinate points. Okay, the first ones are the easiest ones. Okay, we're going to be talking about graphs. There's rules to the graphs. One of the rules that you must ask yourself is that you need to look at the number inside the parentheses. Okay, so first rule, look at the number inside the parentheses. In this parentheses, we have 1/2. Or actually, let's change it. It was supposed to be, sorry, it was not supposed to be 1/2. That was my bad. It was supposed to be 3. There you go. All right, in this case, it's a whole number of 3. Okay, there's two rules. If the number option A is if the number is a whole number, okay, then the graph is going to be going up. The graph is going up. If you have option B, so option A and option B, if you have fractions or decimals, your graph is going to be going down. All right, so look at the number inside. If it's a whole number, again, whole numbers are all real numbers that are not fraction or decimals. Okay, and if it's a whole number, the graph is going up. So again, let's look at our options, option A, B, and C. Option A, it's not going to be your answer. Why? Because it's a straight line. And I just told you that exponential graphs will never have straight lines. Okay, so option B, let's see. We read the graph from left to right, right? If we read the graph from left to right, we know that it starts right here and it's going down. Let's look at option C. So again, this is going down. I don't need a graph that's going down, so this is not going to be my answer. Option C, you read the graph from left to right. So it starts from the left side right here and it's going up. So again, my answer for this is option C. The graph for option C is going to be represented by this function. All right, so that's what we're going to do in all the questions. Ask yourself the first question. Look at the number inside and see if it's going to be going up or down. All right, so here, the number inside the parentheses is a fraction. What do we know about fraction? The fraction or decimal graph is going down. So we have to look at the graphs that are going down. Again, let's read at the graph from left to right. This graph is going down. So this could be 1. Let's see, check option B. From left to right, starts right here and is going down. All right, so this is also going down. And option C is a straight line, so it's a no. We're not doing straight lines anymore. All right, so here when you have two options that can be your answer, the next step, okay, because I follow the first step, the second step to ask yourself is to find the y-intercept. All right, and the y-intercept is going to be the number next to the number in parentheses. In this case, this is your y-intercept. Your y-intercept is 3, and again, what is the y-intercept? Where the graph is crossing the y. Don't forget that this is your y. Okay, this right here is your y. Where is the blue line crossing the y line? In this case, is this point right here, and in this case, this point right here. Which of these has a point of 3? Well, let's count 1, 2, 3, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, my answer for this is going to be option A because it has a y-intercept of 3. All right, so always ask yourself the first question, right? First question, look at the number inside. If you can figure out the answer just by looking at that number, perfect, right? Because this one, there was only one graph going up. But when you have two options that have the graph going down or up, just find the y-intercept, okay? Let's try another one. Which of the graphs below represents the graph of the function f of x equals 3 times 2 to the power of x? We're looking at the number in parentheses first. That's the first rule. It's a whole number, so that means that we have to go up. Which of these graph is going up? If you read the graphs from left to right, you notice that this graph starts from here and it's going down. So this one doesn't match. This one has a straight line. We're not talking about straight lines anymore. And if you read this graph from left to right, it's going up. So this is my option, option C. Okay, let's try one more. This one has 1/3. That means that my graph has to be going down. And if you notice, option A and B are both going down, okay? And option C is not an option because it's a straight line. So, which of these, again, I'm going to go straight to my second step. I'm going to have to look at the y-intercept before. Which of these has the y-intercept before? You should have noticed that was going to be option A. This one has the point of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's crossing at 4 here, and this one's crossing at 2. So therefore, my option is A. So I think the graphs are pretty easy to understand. What it's hard to understand are the problems that we're going to do right now.